yeah, I'm Daya. You have a lot of hair in your face. I do speak mermaid. I do. Not very well. This is my laser staff. It's got DNA coding so that I can hold it. Yeah. No, I can switch it. What I was doing? Oh, I was electrically spearing fish. It's more humane than the other way. Yeah, just a nice little and a zap. Good to meet you. Sorry, I keep forgetting to use the hand motions. Oh my gosh, watch out! Oh, good. You're awake. So, I have some good news. Yeah, I'm wet because you were dragged under. That's the good news. I also have bad news, so hold on to your fins. But, the good news is, the people who dragged you under, with the harpoon and all, they were pirates. And, yeah, I mean, that's not the good news, but that's almost the good news. The good news is, they're all dead now. The bad news is, the submarine that we are in has locked, and it's on an autopilot, and I can't quite figure out how to, we're going to some big city that I've never been to or heard of, and we're going together, so nice to meet you. You passed out, so we need to check and make sure that you haven't, that you're not concussed or whatever. You probably will be, but fortunately, the next 5 days will be a good opportunity for you to rest and work on that, hopefully. So there's some medical equipment here on the ship, and I was just going to go through the directions that I had, and make sure you're okay. While you were asleep, I already kind of bound up the harpoon wound. Yeah, they straight up harpooned you. Yes. Actually, I need to change the dressing a little bit. I found this silk stuff, so I'm just gonna kind of tuck that in there. Yeah. And, so I know that you need water. So I did find some salve. It looked like they were planning on keeping you for a while. I'm not sure what. You know, there's always slavers and other nonsense people in the parts. Trafficking, sentient trafficking has been, it is an age-old activity and probably will continue to be an age-old activity for a very long time. But there's some different salves that I can put on you here, if I can get them out. Yes, the mace, the Neodymium mace that I had. So, this apparently is something your species uses. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put this here on the wound. Just pat that down. And apparently there's also... Your fins make such a funny sound. Respectfully. There's this salve also. So I'm just gonna kind of get that on your tail there. Why do I keep messing with it? Oh, there's a slight scratch underneath it, that's all. I also don't want to bleed out. It's not a big deal though. It's very small, you can't even see it, and I already glue gunned it together. You've never heard of that? You can take any kind of industrial glue sometimes in an emergency. You shouldn't do that because you can seal an infection, but if you do it quick and the wound is clean, sometimes it's worth doing. I know my arms are large. Fisher people, we yes, that is my tribe. That's right. The sparrow tribe, actually. Yeah. I don't know what a sparrow is. Apparently it's some extinct creature from back before the floods. let's go through this list I found. This is from the ship's medical log, and this looks like it's what you evaluate. It says military acute concussion evaluation. Your head isn't bleeding anymore. Actually, let me check the bandage. Just make sure. And then over here on this side, just to check that. Alright, let's go through this. So, deteriorating level of consciousness. Well, you're conscious again, so that's good. We don't have a structural brain injury detection device, so we can't use that. Double vision? Are you seeing double? Look at my fingers. I'm in this way. Like one of those blessings from the old days. There are some sparrows who follow Neodymium that use a similar symbol like that. I don't, but some people do. I do know Neodymium, but that's a different thing. Sorry. I know we're not supposed to talk about that because people are listening and so forth, but it is literally just me and you, the injured merperson, so I'm not so worried. I'm gonna go ahead and be myself a little bit, even if that's a little bit quirky. I hope that's okay with you. Alright, you don't seem combative or agitated. Do you feel combative? No, you have a headache. That doesn't surprise me. Is it severe? I mean, it's bad. Is it getting worse, like dramatically worse? Well, you're like talking to me, so I assume. You haven't vomited yet. Are you planning on vomiting? That's probably not. That's probably not how we're supposed to ask stuff. Sorry, I have salt water up in my nose is not my favorite thing. I am very wet on account of you. Not that I didn't intend on getting wet today, but I was just fishing, not suddenly getting stuck in a submarine and going to some other city. I did have plans for today. Tell you the truth, I was trying to sell some goods so I could follow up on a lead to look for somebody that I was looking for. But seizures. I haven't seen you have any seizures. Have you ever seen a person have a seizure? I have. I had a sibling that had a seizure disorder. Weakness, or tingling in your arms and legs. Okay. Well, let's test that. Go ahead and squeeze my fingers. Alright, push my hands up. That's pretty strong. And then sideways. And then down, I guess. That makes sense to me. Alright, go ahead and kick your... You don't have legs. I guess push your flipper, kind of. We have these little side fins down on the side of your big fin. I guess flex that forward, because you're kind of lying on your side or whatever. You must be uncomfortable. We're gonna figure out how to make you comfortable. It looks like, I mean, they were definitely planning on keeping you alive, so there is a tank actually in this room. Yeah, do you want me to move you there now? No, for now. Finish the exam. Okay, that sounds good. Go ahead and push. Okay. We'll move you to the tank as soon as possible. Okay? I don't want you to dry out. No. That's a very weird question. No, I can show you all the dead pirates if you want. No, okay, you don't want to see. Why did I kill them? Well, they were trying to kill me when I jumped in. Yeah, it's no big thing. It's just, this is what we do for our neighbors around here, and your sea neighbor. So, negative for all the red flags except maybe the headache. We'll watch the headache. You're talking to me and stuff, so it doesn't seem like it's completely knocking you out. It says defer mace to if any red flags are present. Immediately consult higher level of care and consider urgent evacuation according to evacuation precedents. We can't get out of here, so anyway, negative for all red flags. Let's go through the rest. This is called the MACE, Military Acute Concussion Screening. Description of the incident. Can you tell me what you remember? Okay. At the time of injury, were any of this? I know what happened. I know who you were last with. I think this is to know if you know, though. At the time of injury, were any of these observable signs, witness, visual clues that suggest a possible concussion? Well, you did lie motionless on the ground, and you were slow to get up. You have been confused. You don't look vacant. Can you look at my eyes? You don't look blank or vacant. I don't know if you're having balanced issues. Do you feel? That's because you're out of the water. You don't look like you have facial injury. Your face is beautiful. Very handsome. Okay. So the head trauma was a blunt object. I did see that. So yes, there was no blast wave. So yes to that. Was there an alteration of consciousness? Were you dazed, confused, or did you see stars immediately after the event? Yes. Okay. Did you feel like you were in a fog, slowed down, or something was not right? Okay. There was definitely a loss of consciousness. I saw that. Is there a period of time you can't account for? Like, did you forget? You seem to have forgotten a little bit. That's why I was explaining it to you. Oh, the red. Don't worry about the red on there. That's just... I got that under control. Why both arms? Well, this was my sash that you saw me wearing already. I just moved it a little bit to tuck, you know. We're good. We're all good in the hood. I am really uncomfortable with this. I don't like being wet partially and then dry partially. It's very uncomfortable. I hate that. Okay. Headache, dizziness, memory problems, balance problems. You haven't had nausea or vomiting. Difficulty concentrating, irritability, visual disturbances, ringing in the ears. It's weird that they make that a red flag sign, but also, I guess it's repeat vomiting. That's the red flag sign, I guess. Okay, cool. Were you diagnosed with a concussion in the last 12 months? What is this stuff? It's a cognitive exam. Okay. No. History of diagnosed, treated headache disorder or migraine. Do you have a history of depression? You don't know what that is? Okay. I don't know how to explain that to you. You're having trouble understanding me, aren't you? Because I totally forgot. It's supposed to be using the visual language. I'm sorry about that. I understand. Mermaid language is visual. I know. I can speak your language, a little bit. But it's difficult because all the hand movements look the same to me, or to people like me. They don't seem to have so much meaning, but I understand that they do. I do know how to speak them. Sorry. Do I need to do the questions again? You kind of understood them? Maybe we should do some of them again. I'm sorry about that. I can also speak the, Yeah, absolutely. Well, because, you know, the ichthyans who aren't like us, like the full fish people, I can speak a little bit of their language as well, the kind of bubbly, that sound, but not super well either. Sorry. I don't know how to say depression in this language. It's when you can't, no matter what happens, you can't feel happy. Even if a happy thing happens, you feel so down and stuck. Oh, okay. Understood. So, alright. So, I don't know. 2A, 2B, 2C, or 2D? 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. Yes. So, that's a positive concussion screen. So we need to complete evaluation. So we'll keep going. Orientation. Alright, what month is it? What is the date Okay, 4 out of 5. I think this is standardized for Berberin planetary rotation. Okay, I'm going to test your memory. I will read you a list of words, and when I am done, repeat back to me as many words as you can remember in any order. Okay? Jacket. Arrow. Wait until I'm done. Jacket. Arrow. Pepper. Cotton. And movie. Go ahead. Any order is fine. Okay. I'm going to repeat that list again. Repeat back to me as many words as you can remember in any order, even if you said them before. I know it's weird because it just doesn't seem like distinct signs talking like this. I understand that it's in the smallest flicks of the wrist or the tiniest little details, and that there's not a lot of repetition in the meaning, and that all of that makes us surface dwellers sometimes think that you guys are almost telepathic. I know I keep stopping while I talk. I'm not used to using my hands the entire time that I talk to somebody. Alright. Jacket, arrow, pepper, cotton, movie. Alright. One more time. Jacket, arrow, pepper, cotton, movie. Okay. That's not so bad. What is a movie? You don't have movies? I'm translating it wrong. Like holo-screen visions. Yes, that's... Sorry. Sorry about that. Speech fluency is normal. Are you having difficulty word finding? No. We did grip strength. That was normal. Pronator drift. You can't really stand up. Put your eyes closed and your arms extended like this. It says palms up. Go ahead and do that. Close your eyes. And I'm supposed to look at this. Okay. That's normal. I can't have you do single leg stance because you're supposed to just stand on one leg for 8 seconds, but you don't have that. You don't have shoes. Let's look at your pupils. I don't have a light. Oh, there's a light here. There you go. Just hanging here. Let me have you. Okay, cool. Let's see, this is long. Side. Both eyes just mostly track your fingers. Side to side. We did eye tracking, that was normal. Alright, so you did pretty good. Concentration, reverse digits. Do we have to do more? This is so long. Circle response for each string. Okay. Reverse digits time. I'm going to repeat to you a string of numbers. When I am finished, repeat them back to me backwards. That is in reverse order of how I read them to you. I feel so silly. I'm not good at this. I'm so sorry. We're going to have to get used to talking to each other. For example, if I said 719, then you would say 917. Okay. 493. Excellent. 3814. Great. 62971. Okay. 718463. Yeah, your numerals are all over the place for me too. Okay, good job. Alright, months in reverse order. This is dumb. This is very easy. Okay, go ahead and tell me the months of the standard revolution in reverse order. Yeah. Exactly. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, lunar, 8. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. You're good. I hear you. I do. I think it's gonna be okay, actually. Well, no one can ever promise things are gonna be okay. We are both all of a sudden going somewhere neither of us planned on going today, but delayed recall. Alright, do you remember the list of words I read for you a few minutes earlier? Tell me as many of them from that list as you can remember. Any order is fine. And movie, yes, right. Exactly right. That was fast. Okay, smooth pursuits. I'm doing a vestibular ocular motor screening. Wow, that is a mouthful, isn't it? So it's considered deferring as the patient is overly symptomatic or change provider unavailable to be completed before return to duty. Baseline symptoms record headache, dizziness, nausea, and fogginess on 0 to 10. What's your headache at right now? Okay. And your dizziness? Okay. How about your nausea? Fogginess? HDNF. Okay. Alright, so hold fingertip 3 feet from patient. Follow my finger. Repeat in a vertical direction. Oh, I see. Okay. 2 seconds. 1, 2. Over here. 1, 2. We kind of did this already. 1, 2. 1, 2. But 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I see why. How's your headache, dizziness, nausea, and fogginess? Oh, so it got a little bit worse. So you got some, maybe vestibular. That's maybe because you're out of the water and you're used to being in the water. Can I move you into the water? Okay. Let's do that and we can finish it with you in the water. Is that better? How's the headache, dizziness, nausea, and not fever? What was it? Fogginess. How's it now? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, there's a picture you're supposed to look at. It says here, focuses on font target, page 14. Oh, here we go. This is so confusing. Page 14. Oh, there we go. Okay. And what are you supposed to do with it? Wow. And then when outward deviation of the eye is observed, slowly bring it forward. Okay, bring this forward and tell me when it looks like 2 images. Okay. Yeah, or when, and I didn't see your eyes deviate outwards. Let's do it again. Go ahead. Tell me when. Okay. One more time. Look at that A. Look at that A. Look at that A. Okay, repeat image 3 times. I'm sorry, this is all in Grenblenian. Record centimeters between target and tip nose and ear point of convergence from different. Greater than 5 centimeters. Is considered abnormal. Okay, that's good. Any new HDNF as we're learning? No, okay. 17, where's 18? Vestibular ocular reflex. Okay, rotate your head 10 times. Okay. You're not gonna do that? Okay. I guess, does it make you kind of dizzy? Okay, I'll save that then. Focusing on the thumb and rotates eyes trunk. Now rotate like your whole body, like this. No, you're not gonna do that? Okay. Alright, you're just too dizzy. That's cool. So that's a little bit abnormal, huh? So what happens then? So, we add everything up. So you definitely have a concussion, and this is the severity of your concussion. Your cognitive score was a little bit abnormal. Neurological results were normal. Your symptom result was abnormal. Your history results was positive, and your VOMS was obviously abnormal. So, what do we do now? It doesn't say. It does say 24-hour rest period and then evaluate for progressive return to activity. My little brother had a concussion once after one of his seizures. And what we did was we put him on like total silence rest for 5 days. Yep. 5 days. No sound, no light. He had to lay in a dark room, and incidentally it looks like it's going to be about 5 days until we make it to port. So I think you just need to stay in the quiet. Yeah, that's what I think. Stay here in the water and be safe and comfortable. I'll make sure you have what you need. Yeah, we just met, but you know, all species are family in some way or another. So, all sentient ones, or sapient ones, the other ones are food. I'm glad you agree with me there. A big fan of fish as well. There do seem to be plenty of supplies, and there's always the dead pirates if we get hungry. No, I'm kidding. Hey, don't cry. Well, you can cry if you want to. I'm not gonna stop. Honestly, you are alive. You don't know any of that is gonna happen. That's called catastrophizing. Yeah, I know some things. Here's the thing. You don't know the future. You could be right. The worst possible thing could happen. There could be a ton of pirates waiting for us. When we get there, there could be something more wrong with me than I'm letting you know. There really isn't, I promise you. I don't even have, like, visual. I told you I already glued it together, so there's nothing you could do anyway. Trust me, I wouldn't lie to you if there was, like, a significant need. Yeah, you can help me out in a bit. Also, there is this matter of this, I mean, I pretty much already addressed it myself, the one on my leg. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna suddenly get an infection and die. It's okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a really good idea. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. It's interesting, it's maybe just how your minds work, huh? Just gotta look in my eyes, and it's hard to talk to mermaids. For a lot of us anyway. Am I doing okay? Okay. You don't know the future. The worst thing could happen, or the best thing could happen. Okay. Let's make a plan for each eventuality. Why don't you sit here and in the dark instead of assuming the worst thing is going to happen, because you don't know. Maybe there's 99% chance there's still a chance for good, right? Make a plan for the worst thing, the most likely thing, and the best thing. Can you do that? Can you make 3 plans for me? I don't mean to baby you. That's not my intent at all. That's my promise. What's this? Oh. This is my... I didn't really like the water damage, but my lover was kidnapped a couple years ago. Yes, that is why I jumped in after you so fast. Not because I have any bit of altruism. No, like, of course I wasn't gonna let you go away, get captured, but yes, I do recognize the insignia on this submarine. And, he has the same one. It's only jewelry. He got them for us for, the day of Galileo. And basically, it lets me know he's alive. It doesn't have GPS or anything. It was literally just something that you press, like that. Look. It's called Bonded. And you press it, and then it sends your touch over to him, and he'll get a little purple light like that that lets him know it's me. And, unfortunately, and so, I don't know. It's been a long time, so I know he's alive because it won't work without his biometric signature. So I know it's on him and he's alive, but I have no idea where he is. And it's been a while trying to save up and figure out and asking the police, the authorities and everybody. And a lot of people have given up, but I haven't given up, so who knows? So I'm gonna keep searching. The galaxy's big. I fully understand that we may not ever see each other again if he's been sent somewhere far, far away, but I can't think like that. In the meantime, I have, I try to earn food and stuff for my family, a lot of fishing. I've met you. I meet a lot of people regularly at our surface, because our particular surface mat, floating on the sea, moves. We are mostly in the same place, and we stay near the trade areas. The big, our boats are all kind of linked together into one mat, and then we even have like grass and so forth. And that whole area, we're pretty near hubs a lot. So not like huge hubs, like the city that we're going to is an underwater city. Yeah, I've never been there, but I don't really recognize the name, but I know that it's an underwater destination where you live in the big bubbles. Yes, exactly. And where they have the big, like, the streets are not streets. Like, everyone lives in these domes, and the city is all connected by these domes. And on the bottom, on the streets, the domes are open into the water, but the air pressure keeps the water out. And so the street is literally the depths of the ocean. And these large, they have these large, like, travel worms that have been trained to carry people across, through the streets. It's like a bus. And so they surface and carry people along, and then when they're off duty, they sink again. But can you imagine how terrifying it would be? Like, what if it sinks down while you're on it? I don't know. Anyway, the big cities are supposed to be really noisy, and, like, the domes are huge, many, many, many domes. Sorry, I keep touching my face. I did wash my hands before putting your stuff on, but, like, we were also both in seawater, so if you're gonna get an infection, you're gonna get an infection. Sorry. There are antibacterials here. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'll put some on my thing there. Yeah. I think you need to sleep. You just keep real quiet for the next 5 days, okay? We're gonna make sure that it's okay. Or we're gonna die trying. And that'll be a pretty cool adventure too. I always like to say to die would be an awful big adventure, but to live would be an awful big adventure too. Alright, I'll wake you up when we get there. Okay. Sleep tight. This sci-fi medical ASMR paid for by patrons. If this helped you, help someone else. Yeah, I'm Daya. I do speak mermaid. This is my laser staff. It's got DNA coating so that I can hold it. We are mostly in the same place, and we stay near the trade areas. The big, our boats are all kind of linked together into one mat, and then we even have like grass and so forth. Gosh, watch out! Yeah, I'm wet because you were dragged under. People dragged you under with the harpoon and all. They were pirates. The good news is they're all dead now. The bad news, so hold on to your fins. The submarine that we are in has locked, and it's on an autopilot, and I can't quite figure out how to. We're going to some big city that I've never been to or heard of, and we're going together, so yes, I do recognize the insignia on this submarine. Like, the city that we're going to is an underwater city. Yeah, I've never been there, where you live in the big bubbles and where they have the big, like, the streets are not streets. Like, everyone lives in these domes and the city is all connected by these domes. And on the bottom, on the streets, the domes are open into the water, but the air pressure keeps the water out. And so the street is literally the depths of the ocean. We're gonna make sure that it's okay. Or we're gonna die trying. And that'll be a pretty cool adventure too. I always like to say to die would be an awful big adventure, but to live would be an awful big adventure too.
Unknown ship, open your doors immediately. Unknown ship, open your doors immediately. Alright, initiating tank buster protocol. Freeze, you are under arrest.
So it sounds like you'll probably be okay. So it'll be good. Don't worry about me. As long as you're okay, that's what this was about.
I'm Sergeant Cecilia. I will be interviewing you today. I'm Scraley, yes. No, my ephemeral form can only be contained within a high-gravity suit, as I'm a species of carbon cloud.
Carbon clown? Is that what you were gonna say?
You are incorrect. From one of the gas giants, from the gas giant Scraley, yes. We have much higher gravity here that maintains our form. You're on Berbera, or Luna, or other humanoid sustaining planets. I would evaporate like a mist. We're not here to ask questions about me today. We're here for questions about you. I'm going to be measuring you for a prison pod. It's just a temporary holding cell while we sort out what your business is here. Docking unauthorized in Berbera.
So you're gonna put us in prison for being kidnapped, basically. That's what's happening right now?
So, how about you
this is why everyone wants to
lift
stay
your
out
arm
of the
there?
cities.
Because you are a... Yes. Yes, it's because you are what they call a merperson species. So, in order to have a suitable sized prison holding tank for you, have to measure. I don't know where you come from, but we maintain excellent human rights conditions here in our holding centers.
Human rights is why they're measuring you, so that they can make you fit all right on top of everybody else, so there's not a lot of room, excellent human rights, tons and tons of room. Stack everyone like
your companion is quite
beautiful, brilliant,
annoying. Alright, lift this arm and the other arm. Here.
I would use the word insightful.
You docked unauthorized at the Berbera port.
You interrupted me. They don't teach you manners.
With several dead bodies on board.
Dead pirates. Pirates don't count.
Yes, I've heard the self-defense argument before.
I would do something about this guy, but
This is a rank badge.
get in trouble. This is
I
a
find it
trick word.
Well, my opinion doesn't matter. It is important to maintain order here on Wordfire.
How is it?
And this
Order or tyranny?
Not order.
Order or tyranny?
No, we are in neutral territory. Bend your head forward, please.
Yeah, but everyone knows big city people kind of sympathize with the ground.
Chest width. Arms up, please. Thank you. Now we are neutral. In fact, Berberan diplomats are well known as who negotiated the Spaces Treaty for the planets who do not want to become embroiled in the grown and fell sea skirmishes and wars of destruction. Alright, shoulder here.
About that. I wanted to vote for involvement, but I'm also pretty... Isolationism also makes sense to me.
Neither of you have files in our system. That doesn't surprise me. A number of roaming fishing tribes, like those of your...
Roaming fishing tribe?
Alright, fine, not roaming, but a number of the fishing tribes.
I've been in the same spot.
Do not register.
I'm...
Which is illegal. However, it does happen. As do a number of the mer people groups. Alright.
You're not a more legitimate person because you have pieces of paper.
I'll need to measure your head circumference. Hopefully it won't be necessary to fit you with any kind of restraining cap. But must measure it. Alright. And next one.
This is surprisingly effective. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. They'll just like zap you.
And that's in case of needing a restraining collar.
That's another thing.
Which would... What do they do? Your companion is frustrating.
I didn't even say
I
anything.
would have you separate.
I just looked.
I need to keep an eye on you both at this moment in time. I've already spoken to your companion separately.
Spoken and didn't listen.
What I want you to do together, that's for my own behavioral analysis. Not something that you need to worry yourself with during this conversation that we are going to have. But no, you are incorrect. These are not shock collars, and I hopefully will not have to use one with you. But a restraining
If you want to get technical with it, they won't shock you. They'll just paralyze you.
Its rays, which inhibit calcium release from your sarcoplasmic reticulum, specifically in skeletal muscle, while leaving the smooth and cardiac muscle sarcoplasmic reticulum intact. And these rays mean essentially you become paralyzed, or it's very, very difficult for you to move. Hold on. I need to adjust some servers here on my...
Servers? What do you mean servers?
Yes, they are servers. Much of my suit is electronically controlled. Your ignorance is not surprising, given your heritage.
Just because I'm not from a big city, my people have been here for centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries.
Being unusual here on Wordfire.
You're like
with the rest of you,
from nowhere.
Humanoids.
Well, not from nowhere.
It does not bother me. Alright.
It should bother you.
So, I'll need to do some quick medical checks to ensure that you are unhurt. Do you know what day it is? No. Alright. Are you a hostage? Understood. Alright, I'm going to do a blood sweep. My clothes are white. We've already done a brief once-over glance, and you did walk through a medical scanner on your way in. But I'm going to do a manual sweep just to make sure that you do not have any on you down your arm on this side, and down your arm over on this side, and then here on your chest. Excuse me. Deep breath in, breathe out, and then here on your back. Other side.
Alright. I think I make a mistake.
And then your leg here.
Leg, that's a fin.
And the other leg here.
Idiot. You didn't ignore me now.
Do me a favor, wiggle your fingers and wiggle your tip of your tail, which I apologize for having called legs. Your tail.
Never heard
It's just
a
one
city policeman apologize.
large appendage. We have plenty of mer people come through here, seeing as, of course, you are like the Ichthian humanoids, native inhabitants of Berbera.
We're all inhabitants of Berbera.
Been here on this planet much longer than even nomadic humans like this one. Just because you don't like to think of yourself as an immigrant does
I
not
didn't say I
mean
don't like to think of myself as an immigrant.
you are a much more recent immigrant inhabitant of this
Oh, you're trying to say you and I are not so different.
All of us who are not mer people, Ichthians or Ichthian humanoids, are most likely more recent inhabitants here. Obviously, I moved here within 1 generation ago.
I mean, I don't take
But I am
issue
as
with that.
Berberan as you
I
are.
said you weren't.
So, of course, we have many more people here in this main city. Where are you? You are in Uala. Yes.
Wow.
Uala
Well, that's a big city.
is this city.
The undersea
It's
city.
one of the 12 cities occupying the northmost quadrant, where before the cataclysmic event thousands of years ago, there used to be a continent. It was the northwestern continent of the planet. And of course now, deep, deep beneath the ocean, it lies. And this is one of the 12 cities that are the major ports in this area. Underwater, of course. Yes. Your questions tell me as much about you as your answers do, honestly. The blood sweep is finished. I've checked your respirations briefly. Allow me to check your pulses. Lift your wrists.
You better not cause him
Coming
any
down
harm.
here. Straighten.
I went through a lot of trouble to rescue this
Your
new
fin
person.
here on your tail. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Let us just briefly engage in a cardiac exam. Extremely briefly.
Didn't we already go through med scanners?
I'm watching you.
I know.
I don't have eyes in the same sense as you all do. We may have come from humanoids like yourself, but we have a very different sensory system.
We're not here for a biology lesson. We're here because...
This will feed directly in through this transmitter here. Alright. Take a deep breath.
Watching me. I'm not
Another deep
doing
breath.
anything.
Allow me to listen to your heart. And here. And here. I'm still watching you.
And I'm still not doing anything. They were pirates, man. They were kidnappers. And they're dead now.
If you have done nothing wrong, there is no need to worry. We are currently, I have personally downloaded the files from the onboard cameras on the ship, and they're decrypting here. We'll take a look. You may not even be charged with anything. You just need to hang around the city and then return for any follow-up investigation or paperwork is needed, depending on who should come forward.
That's so weird.
You, I find, very unlikely to be the candidate who left multiple bodies strewn around the ship, given that it was not outfitted as a submarine for your biological type. Clearly that would have had to be the bipedal humanoid.
That's reasonable. I appreciate, officer. At least you're noticing that. That's good.
May I just have your finger during the conversation? Thank you. Yes, it can read heart rate and other B detectors.
It's like a lie detector.
Can read out heartbeat and other
He's trying to see if I scare her.
important biological outputs and detectors of stress. So, while this one speaks,
I'm not speaking right
I'm
now.
still receiving information.
But that's good.
So, you are safe here.
No one's
Others are also safe from
threatening
you.
them.
Feel free to reveal any information that you need.
I mean, you're fine, right? This is so frustrating. Yeah, the camera footage.
The camera footage. You are welcome. Yeah, to take a look. Say the harpoon wound you have here is healed nicely, and it does corroborate with both the story and video evidence. For the time being, I would like to release you on a temporary suspension.
What does that mean?
No, you may not have that in your legal system. For merpersons, that means I'll need you to stay in port for a couple weeks, just to ensure that I've finalized other elements.
We're not even from here, you know. And literally, we're here against our will.
Your companion. Your companion may attend you.
Right.
Yes.
I want to take back some of it.
However,
okay, I don't take it
you will have
back.
to surrender her weapon, as it is not registered
That's a family heirloom.
with our government. And we do not permit any carry without weapon registration. And as additionally, I still have further investigating I need to do. You have both now been biometrically registered with our system. And I do now have measurements for you should I need to obtain you into a prison pod. No, that was a scare tactic.
You never intended to keep my merperson friend, did you?
Of course. Alright, it was a little bit of one. Lovely to meet you. Behave yourself. I will be in touch shortly. Stay to the port areas. Do not leave town.
I guess we won't. There's a shopping district.
I'm attaching this locator to your fin.
Don't worry, it won't hurt.
I can check where you are for the time
It's
being.
just a thing they're doing.
We've made final determinations. At this point, I do not think I will file with the prosecutor in this area for any form of charges, as you have full evidence for self-defense.
Alright.
So there should be no issues. Your companion's already been pinned.
Alright, this is okay. This is not ideal, but we're gonna figure this out as we can.
Alright. Both of you are free to go.
We'll head down to the shopping area. I'm gonna untangle from this. And, I guess we'll have to find a place to stay while I think they're probably gonna impound the submarine that we came in, and they have to figure out what to do with the pirate bodies and everything, and I guess it's gonna take us a little while to find passage back to both your home and my surface home as well. I've never been to an undersea city. I don't know if you have. So this might be okay. This might be a good opportunity. I was a little mouthier than I should have been. I immediately regret that. But hindsight has always been one of my strong suits. Foresight, not so much. Yeah. All in all, he was okay, I think. Who knows, they might still be trying to watch us and trap us, but looks like they're coming back now looks like we'll be okay. Alright, let's go explore the city, I guess.
This helped you. Help someone else. There's a list of causes at becominghero.ninja, and if you need more help or you just want some bonus gifts, please check out all the cool links in the description for mental health resources or free science fiction. Dream well, traveler.
Yeah, I'm Daya. I do speak mermaid. This is my laser staff. It's got DNA coding so that I can hold it. Gosh, watch out! Yeah, I'm wet because you were dragged under. People dragged you under with the harpoon and all. They were pirates. The good news is they're all dead now. The bad news, so hold on. submarine that we're in has locked and it's on an autopilot. We're going to some big city that I've never been to or heard of.
Unknown ship, open your doors immediately. I'm Sergeant Cecilia Yala. I'm Scraley, yes.
They were pirates, man.
If you have done nothing wrong, there is no need to worry. You may not even be charged with anything. Hang around the city, and then return for any follow-up investigation or paperwork if needed.
We'll have to find a place to stay while I think they're probably going to impound the submarine that we came in, and they have to figure out what to do with the pirate bodies. It's going to take us a little while to find passage back to both your home and my surface home as well. I've never been to an undersea city. I don't know if you have. So this might be okay. This might be a good opportunity.
I'm still watching.
Alright, so from the map that I could get of this city, I couldn't get a lot of information. But what are you looking at? Look over here. I know, it seems to be really loud in the little channel that you have on your side over there. I like how the city streets are like that though, so like people like me can walk, and then folks like you who have fins and so forth can swim alongside and so forth, and this is super neat. I've never seen anything like this before where you can walk under the water to the next building. So, are you feeling okay? Did he mess with you or anything? We can always kill him if you want. That's a joke, of course. Or maybe he was really annoying. What did you think of the officer? Yeah? Are you okay? You're like, just touch the top of your head here. I'm not sure. What was that? Okay. No. You have a whatever. Follow my fingers real quick. I just kind of want to check on you regularly because I don't want you to be sick from the harpoon wound, and I don't want you to get like a fever, and I know for mermaids sometimes you get stressed traveling far away from home. I'm sorry, merfolk. I know it's not considered appropriate to put the gender on. Oh, that's right. Sorry. I think the fact that mermaids speak mostly through things like echolocation and clicks and visual movement is so cool for underwater. And I'm sorry that I haven't been... It's hard for me to remember to do it while I talk to make it easier for you. But I will do my best. So, from the information that I could get, I think we need to find a place to stay and see if we can find maybe a replacement ship. Sub, I mean. I'm not planning on going intergalactic anytime soon. Please don't get kidnapped by, like, pirates that go in space, okay? I might not save you if that happens. I would totally save you. I would go, not anywhere with you, but I would go places with you. Obviously, since we're here. Oh, my family's gonna be so pissed, though, because I was supposed to be the one to bring the fish haul to the market this week. And that's not happening. So maybe if we could contact our families, maybe we need to find somewhere where we can get a transmitter. Yeah, because your family doesn't know where you are either. Hungry? That makes sense, yeah. Let's first find something to eat. Is it okay if I check you out first and make sure that you are okay by my standards first? I just want to make sure that you're okay. I know, I'm not like a medical person or anything, but we fisher folk tend to be pretty self-reliant. So, because up on the surface, we don't have all the fancy stuff that you merfolk or the big urban city dwellers have. So, we have to kind of learn to do as much as we can on our own. Yes, I'm messing with my head a lot. I hate this thing. How's yours? No, not my hair, you silly goof. I'm talking about the implant that they like affix to my scalp so that we don't leave town. The one on your fin there. Can I take a look at it and make sure it's okay? It's bothering me. It really is. Yeah. Okay, let me just take a look at your fin, okay? Can you go ahead and flex it back and forth for me? And then this way. And then this way. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Does it hurt a lot still? I wonder if they have painkiller. They probably have painkiller here. Do you think you have to be registered as like a citizen of the city first? I hope not. Okay. You just do look kind of dizzy for me. Like to me. Not for me, but... Whoa. Yeah, I'm hungry. I guess we should go get something to eat. I hope you're not drying out. He did keep you like a long time asking questions kind of above the water, and now you're poking your head out of the water to talk to me. Shall we take a little walk swim? Yeah, so there's a way actually you can get around faster. And then I'll meet you there because everything is driven by jet stream. So since you're underwater, or when you go underwater, you see the little station over there that has like a glowy bubble thing? So it's public transportation. Yeah, so like you put your fist into it and it'll take you, and you just have to see where we're going. It'd be good not to get lost. But you can follow along. And those same jet streams like drive some of the surface transportation, not surface transportation, right? So you saw how the city when we were coming in is like this dome, and then it works via pressure, right? You know how when you put a cup down the water, I guess maybe you wouldn't know this because you're not on the surface a lot, but a trick that we would do as kiddos is take like a cup, turn it upside down and push it into the water, and the air would stay in it. It's like that. So there's water at the bottom. Yeah. And then there's these tubes and pipes underneath, like the one that we're in, that connect around the outside of the city. But the main thoroughfares, you know, who needs big words? I've had trouble saying the word big. So who needs small words? Who needs words? So what I'm trying to say is trying to also remember to speak your language at the same time makes this incredibly difficult. I do think mer language is beautiful, but what I'm saying is, what was I saying? Do you know what I was saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh, it looks like there's a fish raid going on. I think that's the famous Suko Vision. It's a big performer here in this. I know on Berbera Large, he's very famous. But I saw a bunch of signs as we were coming into the city for Suko Vision's ASMR. What's ASMR? It's like merfolk hypnosis, like makes you relax and so forth. So you would be familiar with it as a merperson. I think that might be Suko himself going by. Do you see that? Oh, there's a bunch of people going over there. Oh, that's very cool. It's always nice to see famous people. No, the tubes aren't in the upside down cup. This is a good question. Here's the upside down cup. Here's the water. There are a couple tubes that go down and around, still connected to the air supply. So that it's like an upside down cup with a bunch of tentacles looped around it. For various different things. Or many upside down cups, many domes. This city, I think, has 3 main domes. And so I think people go, from what I was looking at when I was looking at the map, you can go from one dome to the other through these tubes without having to go all the way back up to the city thoroughfares. It's a hard word. I wonder if Suko will notice us as he goes by. My mom used to listen to his work all the time. I'm going to try to wave. No, don't be embarrassed by me. When do you get to see a celebrity? Try to. Hello? Hello, Suko? Mr. Suko, do you see me? Hello? I'm not sure he sees me. But it looks like he's got his entourage too. They're all very good looking folks. It's always nice to see, and that's something that we have on Berbera that a lot of other places don't have, right? You have surface folk like me and merfolk like you, and it looks like they have a contingent of Ichthyans. Oh, it's a different word in your language. Fish people who are fish, sentient, sapient fish, Ichthyans, and then Ichthys humanoids, so people who are like me, Homo sapiens, but Homo sapiens Ichthyus. So it looks like there's 4 in his entourage. Do you have bad eyesight? We might need to check your eyesight. Oh, you can't see that far. Oh, that makes sense. Sight isn't your primary sense. Well, they're off in the distance now, but the 4 who are with Suko are a Ichthyan, a Berberan humanoid, a Berberan human, Homo sapiens, Ichthyus, right? Looks like 2 merfolk also. Oh, I'm sorry you missed it. I'm sorry you didn't get to see. I like that fist bump. I'm glad. Yeah. Call it the King Killer fist bump. That's what we call it up on the surface anyway. Yep. Oh, I just really do worry about your scalp drying out. It's just... something I worry about because, you know, you being a merperson. Tell you the truth, being used to being on the surface, I'm getting pretty cold being down here. Yeah, we don't have the same diversity, obviously, on the surface, because we only see you merfolk when you come up, you know, to trade, and then we only see Ichthyans very rarely. So it's mostly humanoids, Mostly Homo sapiens, sapiens, or Homo sapiens ichthys. Which am I? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. If you can't tell, then I'm not telling you. You don't know the difference? So Homo sapiens ichthys, they tend to have scales here, which you can't see because my hair is in the way if I have any. Just very slight scalification, and behind the ear. Yeah. And much better lung capacity for being underwater, much stronger bones for the depths. There's a higher percentage of, what are we? There's a higher percentage of electromagnetics, usually, from Homo sapiens ichthys. Yeah. Should we start going looking for food? Okay. So you're gonna latch on, so as I was saying, you're gonna latch onto the bottom of the stream thing. As I was saying, how the main parts of the city go, right? So the main parts of the city, it's the water at the bottom of the upside down cup. And along the channels, so there's a bunch of water, and then there's floating little roads and everything built in, so that I could walk along a canal and you'd be in the water, and we'd be going along the traffic the same way. And then there'd be that'd be like the sidewalk that you'd be in, and then there'd be a bigger street next to you. So when you see the big streets, don't swim in that, swim in the small streets to the side, because the big streets are where the vehicles go. And they're surface vehicles, but most of what you'll see actually is the big worms. Have you seen the big worms? Yeah. So the huge worms that are trained to stay up with their backs just above the water, and people ride on them and they shoot off across the city, and that's how most of the transportation, they're the buses of the city basically. Yeah, I don't know how they keep them from diving. That's pretty terrifying. I think most people know how to swim here though. Still, no one wants to dive down into the depths when they're not ready. I don't know. That's a good question. But I'm sure they've got some kind of training. Maybe we'll be able to ask while we're exploring the city. So food. Food's the first thing we should go looking for. So hold on. Yep. So we're going fast past, they have the hydroponic grow areas here. All the gardens, isn't it pretty? The gardens are pretty extensive. And then the streets, like I was telling you, I don't know if they have a high homeless population. She just seems to be sleeping in the street. She's very pretty, don't you think? It looks like she's got a little ground area. Yeah, so this is that was pretty quick. We didn't go very far, but this is the street, right? So you're in the water. This is a street that's a little down, so I'm standing, as you can see, in this kind of dip. I don't know why some of the streets are dipped down and people are walking. I think it's for sitting, because there's a bench nearby, and then that lady who's sleeping is sleeping in like what looks like a puddle over there. Yeah, it's like a rock garden over there. So there's like the dips, and then there's people walking all up and down the sidewalk there. So I figured this was a good place to stop and step out of the way. Actually, we've gone pretty far. I mean, not super far, but far-ish. I do want to just... Can we do just a quick all the way once over? Is that okay? Do you think we should wake her up and see if she needs food or something? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. It's very common to have a midday nap anywhere as a merperson. I wonder how the city councils here, I wonder how open they are to that. I guess they must be pretty recognizing that because there's so many little rock gardens like that all through these dips, like the dry one that I'm standing in, and then her wet dip over there. And I guess that's nice because people can step off the street and then sit down in the nice little dip, and I guess they can be cleaned if they're lower down, and they can be rotated. It looks like the whole sidewalk rotates to be cleaned. That's really cool. That's neat. Okay. There's beautiful, looks like there's some above water and underwater apartments over there. Maybe we can find a place to stay there. I suppose we might not have the money for it. Give me a second, because that person doesn't look like they need... I'm getting really cold, and that person doesn't look like they need their jacket. Hold on. No, it's just finders keepers. That's a fisher person way. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. I'm gonna steal that person's jacket. Bye. I return victorious. What? This is my jacket now. This is my jacket. Go away. Well, don't go away, actually, because I came all the way to the city by myself to help you. So if you go away, that would be kind of annoying. That would be frustrating. Okay, I didn't steal it. I literally saw them putting it in the trash. You didn't see that? Of course I'm gonna steal a jacket out of the trash. Why not? It's not gross. It hadn't even hit the trash yet. You are so... You are persnickety. Persnickety, persnickety, persnickety. Yes. I cannot believe I rescued such a persnickety person. Persnickety. You. Isn't persnickety a good word? I bet it's a word that Zuko Vision uses a lot for his phenomenal ASMR. Or maybe not. Actually, it probably isn't. But I still think it's a good word. Yeah, I'm just moving my knife around a little bit because the officer that we ran into didn't seem to like that I had it. And it's, you know, ancestral. We always carry our knives on us so that it's easy to access, just like I have my... That's something we need to do. We need to steal back my mace. Because I don't have it. Yeah. They confiscated it when they arrested us, which sucks, because I need it. But he said it was unregistered. So fortunately they didn't take this because it's protected by cultural mandates. Because everyone knows that fisher folk carry a knife that is given to us by our parents. And it's very important. But like, that was also important to me. So that's something we're gonna need to do. We're gonna need to get my mace back, I think. Don't be persnickety. I need my mace back. I'm going to get my mace back and you're not going to stop me. Let me take a look at you. It seems like there's street vendors here that are... Yeah, we should be able to find something to eat. I don't have any money. My money is floating far away back on the raft where you met me. Yes, fisher folks still use physical currency. Yeah, and so I'm not... We just got registered today, you and me, with this city. So I don't know... I don't think we have any money on our... these things either. Oh, they don't store the money in the prisoner chips that they put on you. Where do they store the money? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know merfolk also had that kind of currency. I guess electronic currency, digital currency. Currency. I'm really having trouble with long words today. I'm hungry, can you tell? Digital currency. Digital currency. Well. So I guess we have to figure out how to earn money. You see. I was hoping maybe they threw away some money in their pockets. I guess not. What can you do that's worth money? I'm pretty tough. We should go fishing. Everyone needs to eat. And we can probably find something. Yeah. That's what we'll do for money. Oh. Do you see the crowds? It looks like Zuko's passing by again. What a great performer. Like I said, he's my mom's favorite. I miss my family. Oh, that's right, we need to call our families because being here in this water city. But you see now, the entourage that I was telling you about? The Ichthian tumor people and the Homo sapiens ichthyus. Yeah, sapiens, not sapiens. I didn't say what you think I said. I wonder if I can get his attention now. I wonder if I can I'm gonna ask him for, he's probably really rich. Let me ask him for money. Since we need to find a place to stay. Oh, come on, just because he's a famous celebrity doesn't mean he's not gonna talk to me. And he's probably always has time for fans. So I'm gonna try to get an autograph for my mom. And then I'm gonna say, hey, by the way, Mr. Zuko, do you know a place that people can stay who don't have a place to stay and are stranded in your fine city? I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me. Don't be persnickety. You are persnickety. Don't be persnickety. Bye. Hey, Mr. Zuko. Hello. Hello. Hi there, Mr. Zuko. Can I get an autograph? For my mom? Can I please? He didn't seem to notice me. Probably because there was a big crowd. It's pretty quiet over here, though. I see you sitting there. See, this is why I'm worried that you're drying out, because I see you sitting with your ears in the water and your face just up above the water like this. Do you have an earache? Let me take a look at your ear. And you were dizzy earlier too, so let me just take a look over here at your ear. It's too bad I don't have any instruments or something. Maybe we need to take you to a doctor. I don't know. Maybe we could ask someone for an instrument. Let me look over here. Oh! There's somebody who looks like they... Oh, there's a medical cart. Let me ask them if I can borrow their... I'm gonna ask them. It can't hurt. You have so many hang-ups. It's not necessary to have so many hang-ups. Let me go ask. It can't hurt to ask. What? Well, yeah, I have to go down in the dip in order to run better and get down over there. I'm serious, it can't hurt to ask. And they're probably gonna say, oh yes, you can borrow an ear thing. I'm just gonna use my perfect dia charm. You need to stop being persnickety. My goodness. Is it all that anxiety? Anxiety making you persnickety? Anxiety does make people persnickety. I'm gonna try. You're not gonna stop me from trying.
Excuse me there, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you have just such a beautiful fin. Yes, well, both of them, but that one in particular is beautiful. Can I borrow just real quick? We're right over there, my friend. I just want to look. Well, you see. No, I'm not a medical professional, but I just want to look. And my friend's here and make sure she's okay. No, I don't have any money. That's why I'm not asking you to do it. Alright.
She said no, but it doesn't matter. I took it while she wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna put it back, don't worry. I don't steal. I just am sneaky. So I'll put it back when she's not looking also. I don't really know how to wink. This is a problem that I have. Okay. Let's take a look. It is kind of dry. There's a little bit of erythema on the side. Your tympanic membrane isn't bulging or anything. It looks way different than my inner ear, though. It's like a totally different structure. Of course, I know what my inner ear looks like. You've never, like, taken a weird mirror and tried to look in your own ear? Well, the structure is totally different. But I guess that's because you're underwater all the time. Alright, other ear. Same thing, you do have some dryness, man. I think they kept you out of the water too long. So definitely have to find a place to stay when we get under the water. But your tympanic membrane and the stuff in front of it looks good. I don't know a lot about mermaid anatomy, to be honest. But it does look kind of dry to me. Should be kind of wet and gooey, right? Mm-hmm. Let me put this back before she notices it's gone.
I don't know. No, I don't know what you're talking about, man. No, I didn't come to ask again, actually. I just came to tell you your other fin looks really pretty. Yeah, the one that I didn't talk about last time. That's the one that looks pretty. Alright, bye, man. Have a good day.
The little stairs to come up here makes it look like I'm ducking down, I think, when I walk over, doesn't it? I can go down the stairs and up the stairs. Oh. You wanna see what else I got? Well, it was on their free samples table. I didn't ask if it was free for only paying people or not. Why would you ask that? That's not what free means. Free means that you can have it without paying. That's what free means. No. What you're thinking about is complimentary. Complimentary is where you have to pay and then they, help you out. They give you extra stuff. Yeah, that's complimentary. Free is like free. Look, my friend's a lawyer, I know. But this is the complimentary thing. Isn't it cute? This little frog. It is a bomb. And we're gonna put it in your ear. Look how beautiful it is. We're gonna help with this. Just gonna get it right in your ear. Alright. See how sparkly it is? I guess you can't see now. Hold on. See? I think it's really pretty. I'm gonna put it on your other ear. Right in here, right in this ear. Hey, yourself. This should help with the dryness. It should make a big difference. Right there. think that should help a lot. That should make a big difference. Like I said, it says free over there, not complimentary, so we can have it even if we don't have any money. Okay? That's just how we're gonna roll today. I do think we should go fishing. Actually, what we can do is sometimes, so if you pay attention, most of the city folk here are so busy, they don't stop to fish. But you know, you and me, coming from more rural areas, we can look up and look down and see, you know, fish situations, since, you know, we're deep under the water. I know it's not, what do you mean fishing isn't that easy? Are you doing it wrong? Like, fishing's always come very naturally to me. I get one of the best hauls. All men do is lie. All men tell you about it, or get, oh man, tell me about it. Wow, speaking is difficult. My man said he was going to be home for dinner, and instead he was kidnapped by pirates. So, you're responsible. Yes, I know that's victim blaming, but you were complaining about men. Do you have a headache? Are you okay? Are you sure? Can I look at, just let me look at. Okay, so I see you lying with your head back and your hair in the water. I'm going to go ahead and touch your hair, okay? It's just that your head, I feel like your head is sore, isn't it? Your hair's really pretty. I know I'm not really doing any kind of exam on your head, I'm just touching your hair. But the reason I'm checking is because when I used to get headaches a lot, that's when I first reached puberty. It was because, so there's a species of hair worm here underwater in Berbera that can lodge like in your scalp and cause headaches. So you just lie with your head back here in this little dip, and I will make sure you do not have a worm. Okay? Of course I've been trained. My mom trained me. Don't you dare say my mom doesn't count. Of course my mom counts. You don't count. Look, I'm not sassy, you're sassy. Giving me so much sass. I like this pink thread you have here. Is it rude in your culture if I ask you if you dyed it or if it's natural like that? It's not rude. That's really pretty. They really messed up your hair though when they were measuring you. I really don't like Officer Cecilia. As soon as we're all settled, I'm definitely going to steal my niece back. And again, not stealing because it was mine to begin with. And their laws are dumb. And I'm not a citizen of their city, so I'll go back to my city. Let me roll up my sleeves so I don't get my sleeve wet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right back to my city. So I don't see one here. I think we're good. I'll check again in a moment. What? No, it's not just an excuse to touch your hair. I'm not afraid of admitting that I like to touch your hair. Your hair is cute. Why would I be afraid of that? No, I'm not repressed like you. I say what my feelings are. And my feelings are, I don't regret jumping in to try to help you. Even though it certainly has been a pain. The situation with the officer. And it's dumb to have a sheath that has no sword in it. What's a sword? How do you not know what a sword is? It's an old historic Sharpie thing. Used for stabby stabs. Oh, I get it. I know what you're saying. Well, when you said dream face reveal, I thought you were talking about me and this gorgeous thing. I think we should keep an eye out. Let's be quiet and keep an eye out for fish. So I can't look down the same way you can. Thanks for keeping an ear perked out of the water so you can hear me. And your other ear in the water. Oh my gosh, there's a huge thing down there. I can't really see because it's so deep. Oh my goodness, it's so deep down there. It's a little bit intimidating. And look up with me. You see the bubble ceiling above? It's not as dark above us. But yeah, way above. I don't think that I don't know that we're gonna be able to see anything small enough to. What is that? Do you see that thing? I've never seen anything like that. Oh my gosh. We are really deep down. I mean, I've never been beyond. Wow, that's even bigger. I've never been beyond the surface. What is it? Oh, you see these kind of things all the time? Well, good for you. Oh, these I've seen. It's a light-tailed water dragon. I think there's another one. Well, I don't know that we're going to see a lot of food looking up, to tell you the truth. A lot of really big things up there. We must be down so deep. That's why you must be kind of dizzy being up again and then down, and poor thing. Wait, where'd you go? Hey, where'd you go? Hello? Hmm? Hello? Oh, there you are. You like disappeared. Oh. You found dinner. Where'd you go? Oh, there's like a hidden tube? Oh, that's cool. So you have streets that I can't go on, basically. That's not fair. Ah, yes, it is fair. Yeah, I do have, like, those top buildings you can't go on either. I have building tops you can't go on. So you found a... Yeah. You found lunch. Sushi. Awesome. I underestimated you. You just plucked it right up. Okay, let me get my knife off. And I'll take off a piece for myself. No, I only eat things dead. That's really important to my belief system, actually. Cruelty and all that. Yeah, I'm contaminated, as the Groen would say. Yeah, I talked to Nyanda Jada. I think I told you this already. Knife. I'm just gonna kill it, okay? It doesn't offend you if I kill it. I'm gonna kill it. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna... There we go. That's my piece. You've got your piece. Yeah, in my culture, it's polite to turn away when eating, so I'm gonna do that, if you don't mind. Don't make fun of my eating. You eat like a crazy person. No, I'm not making out with it. I'm eating. Maybe I'm gonna eat later. I will stab you. Stop making fun of me. You were so persnickety earlier. You don't get to make fun of me about the sounds I make while eating. You sound like a monster. Yes, you do. Yes, this is what you sound like. Well, of course I'm only using one hand. I have the food in my other hand. I don't eat with two hands like you. I like you a lot. I'm really glad we're traveling together. If I have to be stuck in some random city, I'd rather be stuck with you. Now don't make fun of me while I eat. I guess we could just sleep out here, like your buddy. Well, not your buddy, your... I'm not implying that all mer people know each other. Gosh. I guess we could do that, but... And now I have a coat, it's pretty warm. So, that'll be okay. Yeah. You, just real quick, follow my hand, not my eyes, my fingers. And tell me when you can see my fingers moving. Okay. Do this. And this. I know I'm going out of order. Don't worry about it. 3, 4, 6. I'm gonna touch your face. Does this feel the same on both sides? Okay. Does this sound the same on both sides? Can you hear this? Tell me when you can hear this. Okay, on this side, tell me when you can hear this. Okay, smile real big. Puff out your cheeks. Wrinkle your forehead. Okay, good. Stick out your tongue and move it from side to side. Like this. Shrug your shoulders. Good. Okay. 2, 3, 4. We didn't really test 2. You couldn't even see Suko over there, so... But I don't really know what normal mer-person vision is like. Okay, we'll put a pin in 2. 3, 4, 6. My real question is, are you still dizzy? Okay, turn your head from side to side. Yeah, just turn your head one side and the other side. Okay. Why did I close your eyes at the same time? That's a good question. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Just with me. Turn your head from side to side. Just a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, open your mouth and say, ah. 9 and 10. And 11 and 12. And then can you twist the back fin of your split fin down there and touch your big fin? I don't know how to say this. You know how you have a fin like this? Bend it up and the other one. Oh, it doesn't bend that way? I think we're gonna have to take a class in merperson anatomy if I'm gonna be taking care of you. Look, I know I'm not your doctor, but I want to make sure you're doing okay. I'm gonna take my knife back now. It's just important to me that you're doing good. Well, maybe because, like, you know, I don't know why the pirates wanted you. Well, I mean, I saw the logs. I do know why they do want you. I mean, in the existential big things, right? I think Yana the Jada has a purpose for everything. So why did we meet and you were attacked by the same pirates who took my, you know, my partner? So what's that mean? Look, I know maybe it doesn't mean anything, but I think it means something. I do. Okay, I'll let you rest. Sleep well, okay? Just touch your beautiful head one more time. You don't mind this, right? Alright. Sleep well. And was on autopilot. I didn't have any codes to turn it off because they were dead, the people who had the codes. And they didn't have it written down anywhere convenient like I do sometimes, that you keep not letting me leave the sticky note next to the console. So they don't leave sticky notes by the console, and they didn't share the information with me because they were dead. So we got hard. Well, they should try harder. We got to the city, and when we got to the city, we were immediately boarded by the police. And I actually can't even remember the name of this city at this time. It was like some kind of weird bubbly name. It's not Red Track City, that's on Luna Guatala. It was like, it's not Unagi, that's some kind of fish. Anyway, it was a city. And we were boarded by police, and then me and the merperson were like separately interrogated to see, because they found the submarine didn't have a reason to be docking there, but it had a history of previous illegal activity. Both me and the merperson were not registered because they're from a people group that doesn't believe in registering, and I'm from a people group that doesn't believe in registering. So it was like weird illegal people on a weird illegal ship, and a bunch of dead people. And so that didn't look very good. So, questionable. So we had to fix that. We dealt with that situation. And then we ran into some growing problems. And then, it's actually shortly before I met you. And then the officer realized what was going on. But then they messed with his records to make him look like he was corrupt. And then there was a whole issue. So then we all stole the submarine from impound back, so second time stolen submarine, and then we went away, away back to where the merperson came from, left them back at their home, which has been the goal the whole time, and then I was getting Officer Ceciliala to a refuge point and a hacker that they knew to try to reset their things, and then that was when I came back into the city I was getting ready to then take the sub back to where I lived, and that is when I met your friend. The friend that I don't like. Oh, that idiot. The Bond guy who kidnapped me. That's where I met him. And that's so anyway. So that now you remember. Sorry about that. And just my submarine. or my submarine. I mean, it is mine now. It doesn't have. Officer Ceciliala fixed everything for me, papers wise, and good. You know, I inherited it. So none of the pirates left a will. So. Presumably they would want me to have it, of course. Sure. That's what they would have wanted. I know that's what they would have wanted. Definitely. How you doing, good puppy? I'm not having any nausea. I can't really ever tell if she's like nauseous or not feeling good or anything like that.
Mainly just watch the eyes. As long as the eyes are bright and the nose is spongy.
Spongy?
Yeah.
Spongy nose. Funny.
And of course you want to watch the mucous membrane.
You mean like in the mouth?
Mm-hmm.
What's it look like if it's sick?
Pale.
Ah. Are people like that too?
I think so. Maybe not as obvious. But I think so, because if they're pale, then they're anemic. They're bleeding somewhere.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, can't people be anemic without bleeding too? Because I had a friend who had a cousin actually back at the village who had something wrong with their blood. Doctor said they weren't eating enough stuff that had iron in it.
Mm.
Does that sound right? I don't actually. Yeah.
I don't know if sea puppies have that problem. Probably.
But she looks good. Her mouth looks good to you, right?
Yeah, she looks
Everything
good.
looks good. Happy puppy. Good happy puppy. Breathing good and everything. Kitty. So we're gonna land, and then we're gonna take one of the water tunnels over to pay things, and then we're gonna find some food and a hotel. So that's the plan, if that sounds okay to you.
Food sounds great right now.
That's the plan. Okay. Can you hear and see okay? I know when you were hitting the head, that was a question I was supposed to ask you.
Yeah. Things are a little bit, it's hard to focus.
Oh. Is everything too loud?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Is everything too quiet? Am I fuzzy sounding? Can you hear me good?
No, you sound good.
Okay. And you don't hear like a double voice of me or anything else that you shouldn't be hearing?
No.
Okay, good. That's good. I love these tunnels underwater in this underwater city. I had never been to an underwater city until that time, right before I met you, because all we were surface people. And I thought it was so cool being able to see the fish.
These are my favorite.
That's really neat. So I don't know the answer to this, and so I hope you remember and know the answer because I don't. You grew up near one of the, where did you grow up actually? We've never actually talked about it. Because I thought it was near one of the smaller underwater cities, but I didn't know which one it was. I didn't know and you'd mentioned playing with mer people when you were younger, so I didn't know if it was a smaller city near a mer settlement, or if because most of the cities that I am familiar with, now it's a big planet, so I don't know, and there's like whole continents that are, underwater and everything, so, yeah. Is that about right?
Yeah, I grew up in one of the smaller cities, kind of on the outskirts of one of the bigger
bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah, so we kept to ourselves, but it wasn't a long shot to where all the action was and all the people and all the weird things.
I know a lot of the mer people, well, it's so different. I know that some of the ones that have settlements kind of near the cities, they have fixed locations, which are kind of neat. Because I got to see the person that I brought back, they had a place that had like a fixed location. It's like these underwater like castle looking things. Look really cool. Like they live in these old ruins from before the world became covered in water. So they live in all these like underwater, just everything from like all different periods of history. There are some people who say, I don't know what you think about this, but there's some people who say Berbera is the human homeworld from thousands of years ago, post-flooding. There are other people who say, no, the human homeworld is, you know, somewhere else, and we all migrated from a different solar system or galaxy. But yeah, there are some people who say Berbera is the human homeworld, actually, and that it's just that it was flooded thousands of years ago, because that's why they have all the cities, different cities underwater, and all the different ruins way in the deep, you know, and all the places that mer people live. So
I don't believe that Berbera is the old human world.
you don't think so?
I don't think so. Because you remember that old story where the human homeworld had been flooded,
Oh yeah.
and then eventually all the floods dissipated.
Oh, and then it wasn't going to be flooded ever again that way. That one. Oh. I had not thought of that. That's a very good point.
And it depends, you know, what you believe. Not everyone believes like we do, but
Well, but it's still real, whether they believe it or not.
yeah.
And the question is, I think my question more would be, what did it mean by wasn't going to flood again? Did it mean in that way, or... Yeah. But I think flooding is flooding.
Yeah.
Flooding is flooding. So that makes sense. What you're saying makes sense. So anyway, maybe different kind of people lived here a long time ago. Maybe reptilians or something. But there's
That would make
a
sense
whole
with
bunch
all the aquatic subspecies.
Oh.
You know, you've got the Ichthyans, you've got us, and we've got a lot of humanoids. Humans.
Homo sapiens sapiens.
Yes. Oh, I want to rip my legs off.
You can put your feet up here if you want. I can move this. I can move all these silly things that are here. And this thing.
I'm afraid I'm gonna break things.
Well, I don't think you will. I think it should be okay. Little puppy. Excuse me, little puppy. Can you hold this for me? Oh, thank you, little puppy. Is that better?
Yes.
Legs wise? Okay. Little puppy. Silly puppy. She needs to be groomed again.
Huh?
She needs to be groomed again. She's really mad at it.
Oh yeah, she gets real messy real fast.
This is pretty bad.
She likes mud.
Well, I haven't there's no mud in the ship. I haven't, let her. She just kind of done this herself.
Wow.
She's been a little bit, she's very hyper right when you woke up a couple days ago.
Aw.
So, the doctor told me to take it easy and not, well, the doctor that I talked to last while you were, in the coma told me to take it easy, because I called one of the squad people. The Frelsey are really too busy to be seeing non-Frelsey people right now, especially after, because it wasn't just on Berbera that all their, they were basically wiped off of Berbera at this point. Apparently it was like that on Scraley, Fort Jehu and Luna Guatala was destroyed. On Alpino, Alpino was doing okay apparently, but it was a disaster.
It wasn't the same mole, right?
No,
Because I killed that one.
No, it wasn't a mole. It was either a software program, a virus that got into all of FILC, like the entire FILC network, or the rumors that it was Stage, who is just actively able, but like has a very expanded brain capacity and able to hack and control multiple machines at the same time.
Oh.
And so they were going planet by planet, basically, from where they were. They were located up in a space station. The rumor I heard was that they were located up in a space station above Alpino, and they were,
And just picking off bases from there?
Yeah.
That's kind of pathetic.
So, apparently they were destroyed with a missile. But I have somebody who's familiar with, there's apparently a court case going on against some of the FILC, electromagnetics. Like apparently a couple of kids, one of them was like pretty powerful kid, went AWOL, like called Lem Benzarin. And then I had heard a rumor from someone we know that actually it wasn't this missile that killed this Stage, it was her. And that the court case is bunkus and bullshit and a problem. But last I heard, they were talking about basically kind of exiling her from the FILC. So, which is very difficult because she was a refugee. And so what do you do with a lot of times the only solution when you have like something like that is, depending on what they can prove, is like execution and things like that, but they can't prove anything for that. So, yep.
So where is she now?
Apparently, I don't know, actually. I think the trials and everything are in Alpino, because I know they were from, I've only heard about this person. This is not someone that I met, but I've heard that there was a pair of kids on Fort Jehu, like young kids, like the ages of, I have siblings that are that young, like 17, 18, and apparently they were pretty important at one point in time.
Wow.
So, and then there's rumors about like mind control serums and Stage super soldiers. There's all kinds of rumors that just seem like they can't possibly be true. But we've seen enough weird things. And the other thing is that the civilian media is making it like the destruction of all the bases is not true. Or it's like a rumor, which has made me start to believe rumors a lot more easily. Which is because having seen something that then being told didn't happen, it's making me believe rumors a little more, which is not necessarily a good thing, because I don't want to believe everything that I hear, but I don't know. So there's a whole...
It makes you question who's actually lying.
Yeah, exactly. So, but somebody, the Stage, I do believe the Stage, I do believe that it's the Stage, like, managing the programs that was wiping out bases. I do believe that. But I don't know what else to believe for other things. It makes me sad. I'm sad now. I don't want to be sad anymore. Let's go and punch somebody, and then I won't feel sad anymore. Let's go to, there's a city street that, there's a street that I remember that should have some good stuff on it. That, now I am sad. You can look down, it's so deep. It's so deep down if you look down below our feet, below the glass of the city, down to the things that are swimming down there underneath. It's kind of crazy. One of the cracks in the city floor. You know how they have the buses that are the giant worms that like swim in the canals? That's like when you're looking down, I've looked down one of those and it looks like that too. But these are the apartments
of a lot of people who are less wealthy in the city. They live more under the city, deeper down, and then a lot of the streets are above them. So there's so much interesting stuff swimming down there. Kind of weird, scary stuff also. I don't know if I would like to live in some of the bottom apartments. I don't know. Well, it'd be kind of cool to see crazy, big, giant things sometimes. That would be kind of cool. But, you know, it is kind of deep down there.
There's something weirdly comforting about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know some people who are afraid of things that are big and infinite and stuff like that. Some of the folks on the squad who weren't from Berbera, because I think we had somebody who was originally from Alpino, said that, like, Berbera gave her panic attacks when she first came because of all the big things. It was just, everything was too deep and everything was too big, and that's not kind of what she was like. Well, so we're gonna go through here. Oh wow, look at that. This is just some of the blubber goo that grows in the in the canal. So this area of the city hasn't been developed yet, so it's mostly just rocks and caves with the glass to keep the sea out.
This is how it's best.
Out
I like
there.
my caves.
Maybe we can come back to one of the back caves. But we have to go through the one street in order to get to the little hotel place. And then I will, I'm supposed to meet the doctor there, and I will pay them. I will pay them there.
Probably. Maybe.
No, I will. I've been paying people. I just didn't realize it would be so expensive. If they had told me the price ahead of time, well, I probably still would have, well, because I needed to get you to medical care, so. But I did not know it would be so expensive, so I had to leave, and then had to come back.
Did you leave him a IOU note?
No, I just left.
You just left.
They know what's going on. This is one of the upper streets, but it's quieter. This is a quieter neighborhood, so it's not a bunch of things zooming by. But these are really, I like these buildings. They're really pretty. So these are the ones that are above the water level in the bubble. So if you have the bubble, you have the water level of the bubble, and then you have the poor people houses, which are under the water level. So if they flood, there's a problem. There's the first ones to flood, and so they come up to do business and everything like that. Their houses are below the water level of the bubble, and then these are the ones that are above the water level of the bubble. As you can see, the street level of the water behind us. And then yeah, and then of course outside the bubble is just water all over, water everywhere. If you remember. I don't know how much you remember of those things.
A little bit.
Just talking.
I know we lived below the water level. I think that's why the deep things are more kind of comforting. Maybe because they're more familiar.
Reminds you, yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It reminds you of. We'll have to find your house sometime.
That'd be cool.
And figure out where you came from and
I
everything.
haven't seen it in forever.
We uncover, as we're figuring out your amnesia, we can try to uncover your past things that I don't know or whatever.
That neither of us remember.
We can try to find the things. So I'm going to pop us into this resort area. And it's not really a resort, it's really a small place, but it's nicer than, I thought it was pretty nice, and we could afford it from our recent jobs, which is also why we afford to pay the doctor.
We should find a place with potatoes.
Potatoes sound good.
Yeah. Freaking love potatoes.
That's another thing that comes from Alpino, along with smungworms. Because they are not native to here. It's a too wet planet.
Yeah. Can't grow potatoes in water.
Okay. That's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. What do you think? This is the room that I got for us. Do you think it's
oh, this
okay?
Is nice.
There's a really cool I like this
nice
light.
View of the city.
I like this light here on the table.
Oh yeah.
And it has a practical purpose, which I don't know what is, but the brochure said it did. So I think it's supposed to be some kind of healing thing or something like that.
Well,
I
good.
don't know. And then there's a
maybe it pulls the static out of the room.
Oh, that's a very bougie thing to have.
Yeah, so you don't when you get out of the blankets.
Oh, that's a really neat idea. So, yeah. And you don't mind sharing the bed, I assume. And then there's the puppy, space puppy, there's actually a perch up there that she can use if she wants.
Oh, perfect.
And there's a tub in the corner over that way.
Yeah, you need a bath, child.
If she wants to sleep in the water instead. I didn't. She's been sleeping. She's been switching spots each night while you've been asleep. Yeah, she's been unhappy. Oh. So I am gonna go outside and obey this doctor.
Okay.
Bye. You do not sound good. Let me look at this puppy. Why do you sound so bad? Don't be bad. Stop that.
No.
I have a thing that's supposed to loosen up mucus in your chest that you can use. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be a hummy thing. Oh, but I also have I have this goo that you can put.
Oh, I don't want to smell goo.
Oh, that's right. Fuck, you don't like that smell. No smell goo.
And I don't really need it loosened up. It's just this is not a good place to spit things out. So
that's fair.
I spit out a lot this morning.
Okay, so it's okay. Okay. Well, I guess we can get settled unless there's something else you want to go see. And we can probably there's a little, we didn't pass the cafeteria, but when I was out paying, I just ran the other way real quick and just gave money and said bye and ran away. That's why I'm back so quick.
Yeah.
But when I was down over there, I saw a little kiosk with food, and we could get food and bring it in here if you want.
Deal.
So we can do that.
I wish we were like Legos.
Oh, and you could take your head off.
Yeah, take my head off and back together.
Well, I guess we can go to the kiosk, and then we can come back here and take a nap. The little puppy has to stay here. So you stay here. We will be right back, and you will rest, and you will not pee on the floor. Thank you. Don't pee on the floor. Good night.
This sci-fi medical ASMR is medical ASMR paid for by patrons. If this helped you help someone else, there's a list of causes at becoming.hero.ninja. And if you need more help or you just want some bonus gifts, please check out all the full links in the description for mental health resources or free science fiction.